Yeah, nice, awesome. So this is something that you can be able to read about it and see how the hackers are doing with anti-analysis. This tool is able to like identify the Bitcoin addresses that are linked to criminal activities and evade them, and also yeah. So those are some of the implications of Dapps and security vulnerabilities in Dapps. And yeah, so those are some of the factors that you really need to consider when you are developing, and also be on the lookout for new tools. So you have to like always be be updated. Yeah. Then we have the Dapps development tool. I hope you are able to install Truffle, because Truffle was the one which had a problem. For Ambrose, I saw that he was able to get the he was able to solve the issue. I hope you are able to also solve the issue, Damaris. Yeah. In case you didn't be have a session on doing that, yeah. So then we have Ganache, and we have Truffle, and we have Solidity, and then we already have MetaMask. And yeah, so once you have installed Truffle, yeah. So yesterday we also did we also did something. So this is what we will be building. Actually, this is what I've been trying to like see whether my contract will work or my DApp will work. And yeah, it worked. It was successful within the first trial. Of course, I had some errors above here. Yeah, but I was able to deploy in the second try. So yeah, so this is what we will be looking at. We will be creating a swap token, adapt to swap tokens. That is our coin. Yeah. So we will be doing that. So yeah. So we initialized ADS. We initialized ADS, and we talked about the contracts, the folder which is inside. Let me just open it on VS Code so that we can see. So
are you a robot freak?
yes.
I say, are you a robotic freak?
Am I a robotic
Freak.
why? Oh,
Most of the images are always robotics and animation.
this is
Yeah.
actually not robotics. This is a Star Wars wallpaper.
Well, is he part of a robot, you know?
Yeah, the last Jedi's and the Mandos. This is the way. So blockchain is the way. Blockchain is the way. So
Sure.
yeah. So we did Truffle init. So today we will be looking at. So yesterday we did Truffle init. That is the first command that Truffle has. Truffle init means Truffle initialize. Truffle initialize. So you can do Truffle unbots. So we did Truffle unbots. You can do Truffle unbots to unbots an already created bots, Truffle boxes. Yeah. So you can do Truffle and bots meta coin with a particular name, ADS coin or something like that. And then we have you can do Truffle init to also start a crane project without unboxing a specific Truffle box, without a specific Truffle bot. So then we have Truffle Compile. So Truffle Compile is used to compile the smart contracts, that we will be creating. And then we have Truffle Develop. So Truffle Develop, if you don't have Ganache, you can do Truffle Develop. It will give you these addresses. It will give you 10 addresses like this. But it's good to use Ganache because you will have a feel of everything. It's really interactive, you know. It's user friendly. It's user friendly for beginner and for corporate development, so that, you know, sometimes you forget the address that you had initiated. Yeah, so you can use Ganache to do that. So yeah, so yeah, so then we will do another one, that is Truffle Migrate. So Truffle Migrate, we normally, you can do, if you don't have another, you remember when we did take a look at Truffle Config. So Truffle Config has the networks. So if you only have this, as your networks, if you only have these as your networks, then you can, if you have two networks, you can do Truffle Migrate network test, so that you specify which network you want to deploy. But if you only have the first one, that is the development network, or the Ganache, this one, if you only have this one development network, you only need to do Truffle Migrate, because Truffle Config will be able to know that you are using this network, you are using the development network. Yeah. So yeah, so in case you have any issues with the installation, this would be the best time to solve it, so that we can continue. Yeah. So yeah, I'll give this opportunity to Damaris to express herself. If you have a problem, yeah, or if you are able to solve, yeah. Can you hear me, Damaris? Hello. Oh, okay then. So okay. So yeah, so I hope Ambrose, you were able to do Truffle and bots MetaCoin.
Just after resolving the error,
Yeah.
although the video wasn't available for me to go through it to try it out, so I didn't do anything.
Okay.
But I just put the Truffle init now, and gave me some init successful suite.
Yeah.
Try our Scaffold command to get started, blah blah blah. So maybe if I can have that command, I can try it out now.
Yeah. So you can actually share your screen so that I can see what you have. Yeah.
Okay, let me do that.
You can share now.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yeah, this is the command. You can see it here. Truffle
Okay.
init.
Init. Okay. Smart. So your contract is smart. So what I would advise you to do is you have actually Truffle init in the same folder that you are creating the ERC20. The
Okay,
same one.
I should do another folder.
Yeah, you should create another folder. Maybe call it ADS coin or something, or yeah, or swap. Yeah, we are actually creating a swap. Yeah.
Call it ADS triage.
Yeah.
Now,
And then
so yeah, great.
yeah, so just do dash dash and then okay, it's okay. Okay, cd ads.
Okay.
And then do truffle init.
Okay. Done.
Okay, so you can open inside and see. Yeah, so we have contracts, we basically have the same. It's only that if you did Truffle and bought MetaCoin, you would have the contract MetaCoin. But I will be getting rid of the MetaCoin because we won't be using the MetaCoin because we will create our own token. We will create another token of ours. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so yeah, so that's okay. That also yeah, nice. So as you
So I
can see,
can.
we have scaffolder contract, scaffolder test. This is what I was talking about, scaffolds. So scaffolds are just like backbones where now you can be able to put all the functions and build your smart contract from without starting from scratch. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so now we can let's just get back to the other side and the cream. Okay, and then you can stop sharing. Let me share screen too, and there. So I hope you can see my Truffle config. So what we will do, we will start a new workspace. So this is what I was telling you about. If you deploy, you will be able to see your address, your eth swap, everything. So we will be able to do this. So what I want us to do is I want us to open a ganache or yeah, our ganache, and we will create a new workspace. We will create a new workspace, fresh and clean workspace, so that we can be able to see from scratch what happens. I've been let's it load. Yeah, okay. So I have different workspaces here, but I'm going to, I have this one which I have created right now. So if I want to check the other project, I will use this one or create a new workspace. So I'll create a new workspace. The names are auto generated. You can actually add something like swap or something. And then, so once you have the workspace here, go to add project. Go to add project. So it's automatically detecting the other one for swap, but I want the one for,
Sorry.
yes.
The workspace is giving inexpensive Robin Ethereum. Is that what you are taking?
Yes. Let me see your screen again. Just you can share.
Inexpensive Robin.
You can share your screen.
Okay. Okay, share my screen. No, you see, I'm not unable yet.
Make yeah, Now you can try. You can share.
Okay. You can see it. This is what I have.
One is okay. You can use that one, or you can create a new workspace. But if you want to use this one inexpensive Robin, you can use that one instead of creating another one. Or it's okay, whichever way you want to.
And so let me try and create the workspace.
Okay.
But this shouldn't be net-based, as in my system. So why is it this slow?
Sometimes it's slow, depending with your machine. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah,
So now
there you have it there. So we are in the same page.
So
You don't change the name. Just use the name you already have.
Which one is that? I don't have any name yet. Do you give me a name?
Yeah, they will give you a name. They will give you a name. Just undo. Or cancel there above. Cancel there. And then just select the first one. Select the first one. Select the first one. That one. Yeah. Yeah. Just use that one. It's the same. Then just try to expand the ganache there. Yeah. Expand it, and then go to settings on the right side there. Settings. Yeah. Okay. So we are
inexpensive
there.
Robin.
Yeah. So we are there. Let me just just wait, and we go together now.
Okay.
And you can stop sharing.
Okay.
So yeah, so now we are in the same page. So right. You remember that you have the folder direction or the folder directorate of your project. So mine is I'll just click at add project. So we want to connect Truffle with Ganache workspace, so that Ganache on our Truffle so that Truffle can be able to know which blockchain we are using. So my application was in desktop, and my application was ADS coin, and then Truffle config. So your project should have a Truffle config file, and then just click Truffle config, and then click open. So the Truffle config should be automatically added to Truffle projects. So you can use a lot of you can use the same project and add all the projects that you have. Like you can add a lot of you can use the same blockchain for different Truffle boxes. But personally, I prefer creating a new workspace for every project, Yeah. Then after that, you save your workspace, and it should be created with the 10 addresses from Ethereum, fully funded with 100 ETH for testing purposes. And then you can always click on the show private key if you want to import the wallet on MetaMask. So, but never use these keys for public use. Never use them because they are not safe for public blockchain. They can only be used for private blockchain, because you see, yeah. So then,
sorry, how did you get that? Sorry, how did you get those account information?
Show private key at the left side.
Okay. I've seen.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that is the account. Yeah. So if you want to import this wallet to MetaMask, if you have already deployed your smart contract to the internet, or if you want to interact with the browser, you can import it. So I'll definitely show you how to do that once we have completed our application. Yeah. So today we will be doing the backend, and then on Monday we will complete on the front end. Or if possibly, if we have time on Saturday, we can do complete. But we will have the conversation. We'll have the conversation. We'll have the conversation after the class. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. You have already configured your application. So the next step, so we are done with that part. The only thing we will be doing here is to check whether the contract has been deployed. And you can see this the folder from desktop ADS coin. So once you have compiled, your files will be, your contract will be available there. Yeah, so that one we can move on to the next step and the next stage. So just a minute there. So with so there are some few things that I will leave like that for now, and then we will set them later. So yeah. So so we have these lines of code that tells us that we are learning on Ganache now. And there is something that I want to add on top of it, and that is the compiler. So the only thing that we haven't specified here is the compiler. So with Truffle is like our entry point of this application. It's like the entry point of the application that we are developing. So for this, we need to add compiler, specify the compiler version that we are using. So compiler version. You remember how we were doing selecting the compiler, and then we were optimizing it. We were enabling optimization enabled lands at 200. Yeah. So that's what we will do. So to do that, we will do compilers. So you can select different compilers, and then like that, and then don't forget your semi, your comma, and then SOLC is our Solidity version or the Solidity language. So full colon, and then brackets, and then optimize or optimization optimizers should be enabled. So optimizers should be enabled to true with a comma, and then lands to 200. So this is the way you are able to like set your compiler. So we have set our compiler. We haven't specified the version. We have only enabled the optimization, because generally we are using Solidity version, this one. So we don't have a lot of we are using the same version, that is 0.5. That is the compiler version that we are using, greater or equals to 0.5. You can specify the compiler version still here, like version like that. But we are not going to specify because we are using the same. So if we do Truffle version, we should have we should be able to see the version of compiler that we are using. So as we wait for that function to learn, let's go to the next step. So as we continue, I wanted us to start from the basic without having to complicate things. Yeah, so there are APIs, and once we, so yeah, so my Solidity is version 0.5. So I don't need to specify because I'm using this one globally. Yeah. So awesome. Yeah. Then the next step will be to now to have our contracts. So we have these contracts. So we just need to delete this contract and that, and also not that one, but this and this. We need to delete them because we don't need them. We want to create our own smart contracts, which we know how they work. So that's where our contracts will be residing. Later on, we will be able to move this folder to source once we start creating the React application of the front-end part. So inside our folder, contracts folder, we just click add new, and then we will create token .sol all ADS ADS token. Yeah, and then we will have pragma. Sorry for that. Pragma. Wow. Pragma Solidity. Pragma Solidity, and then caret, which is 0.5.0, and then a semicolon. So then we will have contract, just the normal way we were writing on the limits. Contract token ADS ADS token, and then we will have that. So we will initialize our token name string. It's just a repetition of what we did. Public name equals what ADS token. So we can have a space here, then semicolon, and then we have string public public. So remember, public is a keyword to show to make it public for people to see. And also remember the nine rules of ERC20 token. So we have ADS as our symbol, and then we have uint an assigned integer that is 256, which is public. So you can remember these data types that we learned from the previous class. Supply equals. So we will have. So here we will define our. Instead of defining our total supply on the constructor, this time we will be defining it on. We will be giving its value here. So that's the only different thing. So we will be creating 1 million tokens. That's a lot of tokens. This one will make. if
what you type there is more than 1 million, man.
Yes.
What you type there is more than 1 million.
It's not a 1 million. It's look like a billion. These are billions.
This is even more than what Bitcoin is having.
Yeah, let's just reduce it or use the same thing. Can use the same thing. reduce it to something figure which is realistic.
It's 1 million now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The quick one before, are you
I
not
think
declaring the
I was,
license? Yeah,
yes,
the license.
the license for,
Yeah, for this contract we are writing on
yeah.
number 1.
Oh,
We declare the
we didn't put the license. So the good thing when you are
license. Yeah.
developing Rockery is that the Solidity compiler will always compile even without the license. That is,
License.
yeah,
Oh,
that is
okay.
the good part.
Okay.
But when you are using limits, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it does. So
Now,
then we
I'm
have,
sorry.
yes,
Another question on the license.
yeah.
License GPS 3.0
Mhm.
and MIT. Are they the same?
So for MIT, most of the time the licenses are open source. For G, the other one is G.
Yeah.
Let's just MIT versus MIT license versus. I only know that MIT license license versus GPL and Apache also. So for MIT does not require modification. Okay, so both licenses do not restrict to distribute the software. It seems to me that the chief difference between the MIT license and GPL is that the MIT does not require modification be open source, whereas the GPL does. So the GPL does not require you to release your modification on it because you made it. So it's whether they are whether open source or not, or any modification or something, if you want to make modification on your software or anything. Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry. Now, these two now,
Mhm.
there's something I was checking through. I
Yes.
said that they were being I saw that they were being interchanged.
Mhm.
Like now, if you look at the some function,
Mhm.
some utilities, for
Mhm.
example, the safe math,
Mhm.
you might be using MIT, and you're now bringing into your contract, your smart contract that is using a GPL. Would there be
uh
any kind of
you can your overall project is what you will determine which license you will use. You can even
okay.
when you are verifying, you can say that you don't have a license,
Okay.
You can actually read this article and be able to get a short summaries of these licenses. So this one, MIT, BSD, and ISC licenses are permissive licenses. They are extremely short and essentially say, do whatever you want with this. Just don't sue me. See? So, and then Apache licenses.
Mm.
Yeah. But the problem with
Mhm.
MIT license is that somebody can copy your code and use it to benefit from
Mm.
use your code to benefit. So you have to also be able to like add something across that really protects you. If the software or the code that you have written in your GitHub repo is really useful, then you have to like you have to tell somebody that if it helps you, you have to do something. Then Apache license says do whatever you want with this, just don't sue me, but does so with many more words, which lawyers like because it adds specificity. Yeah, it also contains a patent license and a retaliation clause, which is designed to prevent patents, including patent trolls from encouraging the software projects. So this one is a little bit better because it also protects you in a way. Yeah. Then we have GPL licenses. They all contain some kind of share alike share alike license, they essentially say if you make a derivation work of this and distribute it to others under certain circumstances, then you have to provide the source code under this license. So the important thing to know here is that derivative work and certain circumstances both require some legal analysis to understand the meaning and impact of for your project. So this one is more comprehended and more, yeah. So you can read this article and learn. But most people normally, if it's a simple project, they just use the MIT license. They use the MIT license and or the AIC or BSD license. You can read about that so that you can fully comprehend
Okay.
the workings of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Thanks.
yeah. So yeah, that's it. So we will also have our decimal. So remember the decimal is what really makes our token divisible into smaller units. Yeah. Then we will you remember the events. So I will copy the following code because we already have gone through it. That is the event, so that we have covered a lot of ground. So this is event transfer, like what we saw on the previous class. We have it emits 3 parameters, that is from, to, and the value. And then we have approval event, which also emits 3 parameters, or takes 3 parameters, that is owner, spender, and value. And then we have the mapping for addresses and their balances. And then we have the mappings for addresses and the allowance. So we were able to see how allowance work, and it's gonna be really helpful when we are doing we are doing this swap, because you need allowance function or the allowance, so that you can be able to swap your coins. Yeah. Then we will have the constructor. So this time our constructor will look a bit different. So we haven't passed the value here. So this time we will be passing the balances and the total supply. So yeah, our constructor will be a bit different today. And then fabric. Constructor. So our constructor is public, and then we'll have balance of. So with if you have installed IntelliSense or Kite, right now it's not supported. So did or the IDE suggests to you or to use. Then you'll remember message.sender. So message.sender, so this represents the addresses. So this one will show the balances of token holders, the balances of token holders of ADS token. So that's the work of this, and then we will pass the total. We'll pass in the total supply. We'll give it the total supply. Okay, I don't know where my head is at. Let me just copy. And don't forget your semicolon. So that is our constructor. And then we will define function transfer, which takes in the 2 parameters transfer. So you remember our token, our function transfer, we had two functions. We have the transfer and the transfer. So yeah, but this time it's we won't be having it. We will not use it today. We will only emit the event. So we'll have address to the address of the receiver. So this one is the address of the receiver. So you can actually comment here and say at param 2 is the address of the receiver. So at param 2 is the address of the receiver, and uint view uint 256 is value, and then we have public returns a boolean which is success. So you remember boolean returns, it's an inbuilt data type that is for true or false, that is success. Then we have the body of our function, So something have the body of our function. So I'll just copy the body of our function and then paste it there. So there we have our body. So this one, it's the same thing. So this line we can comment and say checked if value is greater or equals value to send, yeah, or equals the value to send, and then checks the balances. So this one subs the value of the sender. So subtracts the value of the sender, and then this one adds the value to the address of the receiver. Yeah, and then we emit the event. So emit event transfer. So emits the event transfer and also returns a Boolean value which is true if the code is successful, if the transfer is successful. Then I'm going to add the second last function, that is approval. So we will notice that this one does not even have the safe math. It doesn't have the safe math, but it's basically the same thing we are doing. You can add the safe math to remove this part. And yeah, you can also use the one that we deployed on the link bin network. Yeah. Then we have this one, which is the approval. So this allows the sender or the spender to spend a certain value, and then this one emits emits approval event for spender. Yeah, and then it returns a Boolean value of true or false if it is successful. And then we have the last function, that is transfer from. So transfer from okay. Okay, it's okay. So this one will also check the balance, whether the balance is greater or equals to the balance the sender of the one who is transferring, and then it will allow the sender. It will allow the sender, and then this part, this line will subtract, will sub the value of the sender, and then this will add the value to the receiver, to the receiver, and then yeah, and then this one will also return or reset to 0. Reset allowance will reset allowance, the value of allowance to 0. Reset the allowance value to 0, and then it will emit the event transfer, emit event transfer. So emit event transfer. So we are done with our token. So these are the functions, and I'll share with you this code for later reference, and for also practicing.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I think there's something. What exactly is allowance?
Allowance. So allowance in Ethereum is the amount of money that you want to spend on a particular exchange. So it allows you to change. You know, these are different. These are smart contract on its own. But if you want to interact with other smart contract, you will need this function transfer from. So it will transfer from this particular address, your address, and then goes to the address of the exchange. So allowance, basically what it does, it makes you, it allows you to spend your coin in another decentralized application. If you don't have this function, transfer from an allowance, without the approval. So let me show you. Okay, that is not good. Let me show you. I have a lot of pages. I think this one. So yeah, I've seen the. Let me just show you with the working smart contract. Wow.
Can we say in a nutshell?
Yeah.
That I said, can we say in a nutshell that the allowance we are referring to there is the number of tokens I want to transfer to another account?
Yeah. Exactly. So there is something that I wanted to show you to another account, specifically exchanges. The allowance or approval function is like let me show you. So let's say you want to send your coins to, okay, today I've been banning people's coin. Yeah, so this is the
But-
approval. This is a transaction that was doing an approval function. So you see, you want to send a particular amount of coins to Uniswap. So the smart contract is interacting with another smart contract. That is the Uniswap version 2. So you need to approve it. You need to approve this. You need to approve this so that it can be spent to another exchange. You see? So what do I mean? It's like let's say you want to go for a trip over to a friend's house or a friend's party. So you need to ask for approval because you are going to spend the night at somebody's house. So you need to tell your mother or your spouse that I need to spend the night over to somebody's place. So you need approval. Like how many hours will you be going there for the. So if it's a strip over, you will be going for the entire day. So if you want to spend all your coins to Uniswap, then you will be approving all the coins. If you just want to spend like 2 hours in your friend's place, you need approval for 2 hours. And then those hours will be reset to 0. You need to reset those hours to 0 so that you can kind of ask for another approval again. So normally that's what smart contracts or the allowance works like. So the approval allows the spender, the person who wants to spend that coin in another Uniswap, because generally without that function, you can only use those coins in one smart contract. If you don't have the allowance in the approval, so if you don't have this function transfer from and the approval, then we can only use this coin within that ecosystem. We cannot be able to interact with other coin. So you need to approve allowance or allow this particular address to spend a certain amount of tokens in another smart contract. And for that part, it's Uniswap or an exchange. Yeah. So that is the function of approval and allowance. I hope that is kind of clear. Yes.
Yeah, it's clear to me.
Yeah.
So
So
that means that one more question, sorry.
okay.
So that means that from that our transfer from function, after at the end of every transfer, we reset the allowance from to 0 to minus. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
this one transfer actually works for internal transfer. If you want to, like, if I want to transfer ADS coin to you, I'll use this function transfer. Let's just go back to etherscan.io. So if you just click for more, we'll be able to see that this is the function that was invoked, approved. So the person who was doing that was approved to spend an amount of ETH, of which I can't be able to tell. I can't be able to tell the amount, but I should be able to. Then let's just go back to this address from this guy. So if we go back to this guy, we'll be able to see that see 20 transaction. So this the transaction here. This the value of Ubricoin that was allowed to spend on Uniswap. On Uniswap. So this the amount of coin he was able to use on Uniswap. And then afterwards, so this was the transaction that we was using. And then afterward, he was able to swap now. He was able to swap. So once the UBNs were into the Uniswap contract, he got ETH. So yeah, let's see the function which was invoked afterwards, after the approval. After the approval, this is what he did. He accessed the function for swapping token. He accessed the function for swapping token on Uniswap. So this one is swap exact tokens for ETH. So this one will allowed him to swap the tokens for ETH. Yeah. So as you can see, they came from this address, then they went to Uniswap version 2 liquidity pool for UBN, and then they went to, after getting into the liquidity pool for UBN, they went for Uniswap version 2 UBN, and then to version 2 router, and then they were wrapped to ETH. Then from wrapped ETH, he was able to, or she was able to get ETH. And then you can see he interacted with what he interacted with. So the event, the emitted event emit event transfer, which has the address of the contract to this particular person. Yeah. So the wrapped ethers went to this particular address. Yeah. So that's why events and approval or allowance are very important, because they allow you to interact with other smart contracts. So as you can see, this is what he did. Yeah. So he swapped this for this. Yeah. So this is the event that was emitted. Yeah. So that is it on transfer from and approve. Yeah. So I hope it's clear, demo this. On, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. You can type something.
I don't know.
You can type on. She can type on the chat if it's clear, so that you can move on. Hello, Damaris. You can type on the chat if you can hear me.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, pardon?
I'm asking whether you have understood, and yeah.
Yes. I was following the code.
Oh, okay.
The only issue was on allowance. I think I've understood that.
Okay. Nice, awesome. So we have already been able to write our token. So generally it's the same thing. For I've seen Ambrose trying to do something with Banabo. But if you want to add, you can use the Banabo library, but you can also write the function underscore ban, and then pass in your parameters here. So the address of the person you want to ban ban. So that is from, and then you hit 256, which will be the value. So I've just given you like overview, and then require. So you can check whether the balance of that person is greater or equals to that, because you don't want to ban something which is not in existence. So something like that, it will look something like that. And then we have another one like function let's go ban from. You will have something like that, and then you pass in your values there, like this one. Pass in your values like that, but alternatively you can use the library. So this is just a glimpse of how, yeah, it's an idea of how you can do that function. I'm not gonna complete that one. Yeah. So we already have now our token, and we know that it can work. So what I will do, I'll use the command, the second command that I mentioned as we started this session. That is Truffle Compile. So Truffle Compile. So there, we will compile our contract. See if our contract will compile. So there's something, as we wait, there is something that I talked about yesterday. That was the migration. So probably you have heard about migration files in SQL and databases, like PHP migrate, Ye migrate, or something. So this basically does the same. So you want to migrate your database to a server, the same thing. You want to migrate your contract to a network. Yeah. So Truffle Compile works the same way as what we were doing on the Remit IDE. So we were compiling or auto-compiling. But for this, we normally use Truffle Compile. We normally use Truffle Compile for that. So on the migration, we have another one. We have deploy contracts, which already has this. So this one I'll be deleting. We'll be removing because we don't have this one and we don't have this. So the reason why I'm compiling so that we can have the artifacts or the APIs, the API keys, so that we can be able to use them for deployment here. So I'll just remove that one and these ones, and then I'll do const ads what's dot require. So we are requiring we are kind of importing. We are actually importing the ADS token here. ADS token. Yeah, we are importing this ADS so that we can be able to use it for deployment, and then we'll comment there. These are simple line for deploying token. We will be deploying token, so we will use async. It's supposed to be async function. Should be asynchronous function. Async function, which returns a promise. So await. We will be awaiting for a promise there. So deployer dot deploy ADS token. So we are calling this contract to deploy contracts, and we should have deploy token there. So we will be deploying this contract when we will do Truffle migrate. Then we need to. So that's when the compile is starting right now. So sometimes it takes a while. So awesome. So we don't have any errors. We have been able to compile our contracts. using Solidity, the version that I showed you. Yeah. Then we have a file which have been created automatically. So this one is the JSON or the ABIs, the contract ABIs. So they are normally not called ABIs, but they are called because of this part, ABIs. So this is the contract name, ADS. So this one is what we will be using for front-end interaction. So you need a user interface so that you can be able to let your users interact with your app. So this is what we will be using for front-end. Later on, I will also move this folder called build. I'll move it and I'll move it. Yeah, I'll move it. I'll move it so that we can be able to have a good overview of things. So if you get some errors when you are compiling, you just have to go to your code and check where the error is emanating. Yeah, so that's it. Then we need to create a constant. So constant ADS token. Then we will await token dot deployed. So once it's deployed, it should be stored here. It should be deployed. It should be stored here. Token, but ADS. It's supposed to be ADS. ADS token. It should be stored there. It should be displayed. It should be displayed. So deployed. Yeah. So then we save. And then the next command that we will do, we won't do Truffle develop because already we have Ganache here. We have Ganache here. So as you can see, we have ADS not deployed, but the ABIs have been created, but it's not deployed. So we will do the migration and we will be able to see our contracts here once we have been able to deploy. And then you can see our ETH balance is still the same. So once we do Truffle migrate, we will be able to see the fake ETH drop or be used for gas. So so we have the so we can now be able to try and do the deployment of our coin and see if it will be able to work. Yeah. So this one we can comment that line and just use this one to deploy. So this one we will be able to use it. This constant value will be able to see how we can be able to use it. So we will pass the token address when we are creating the ETH swap. Yeah. So let me just save it and then we deploy our contract. So tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow, I think tomorrow we can have a class because I'm now loving this clear. I'm loving this now. So we'll clear that and then we will do Truffle. Truffle migrate and enter. So let's wait for Truffle migrate. So I'm loving the Dapps because I love Dapps. Love Dapps because they make me think. Yeah, so it will first compile. Let me just extend this, and then you see the network name. So we are in the development. That is, and then that is the gas limit as we deploy. So yeah, we have deployed our contract. We have deployed our contract. Yeah. So
so why is this total deployment is equal to 2?
Yes, total deployment is equals to 2 because first of all, we had this migration script. this migration. So this one is a Solidity migration file that is the first one to migrate. This one is like the one which is used to help you to migrate your token. Yeah. In limits, we don't have migration because it's already kind of taken care of by the Ethereum developers of limits IDE. But for local development, you need to have your migration script. You need to have your migration script. It helps you to migrate your token to all your smart contract to a development or a local network. Yeah. And
But we
then
didn't create that.
yeah, this one we didn't create. It's automatically
Automatic.
generated. Yeah,
Okay,
it's automatically
great.
generated by Truffle. When you do Truffle init, it's automatically generated. Or when you do Truffle and bots. Yeah. So we didn't create it. So this one you don't have to change anything. The way it is, it's the way it will always be. Yeah. So yeah. So we have been able to deploy our contracts. That is it learned this script, the first script. This is deploy .js, and then it started deploying ADS token, and then this is the transaction hash, block 1, address, number, timestamp, and all the, and then you can see the balance. The balance of our account has now dropped, and then this is our address, the account that has deployed. So if we go to Ganache, you can see we have used 1 ETH for the deployment. And if we go to contracts, the contract ADS have been deployed. So yeah. Then there is something interesting. Since we don't have a Dapps, we can do Truffle. I think we can do Truffle develop or console. Let me check. It's Truffle develop or console and see. It's Truffle develop. Truffle develop. Really want to do Truffle develop, but let's see. It's Truffle develop. Just wait for a minute and see if it will be able to, like, now be able to interact with so this is what I was saying, that Truffle, you can use Truffle to do that, but these addresses are not the same as the ones we have here. So Truffle can also generate for you these addresses. So you see they are not the same addresses. Yeah, but it's hectic to do this compared when you have this. You see the development was seamless. Yeah, if you have this, it's easy. Unlike when you have this, it will give you headache. So there's something that I'm looking for. I want to check if I can be able to check if I can be able to, like, Truffle console. Should be console. the console. Yeah, nice. Then we will have contract, contract. Just a minute. There's somewhere written the a way to like interact with this. Now I can't find it. Sometimes I like notes and then just a minute. Supposed to be contract equals weight equals a weight. So this if we do Truffle console, you can be able now to interact with your smart contract. Looking for that. Oh shit. Just a minute. Just a minute. Did Damaris left?
She's still there.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, is Damaris around? She left. Okay. Just a minute. Hope you can see my screen. Yeah, screen too. So yeah, let's just do the yeah. So let's just do the weight and then
Hello?
weight, and then we'll have ADS. Okay. Dot deployed. So it's this function that we are actually accessing. Man, I'm asleep. I'm really asleep today. This one was supposed to be, yeah, is the function that we are accessing. So we will be returning we will be returning a promise. So this is the function that I was looking for. So initially it will say it's undefined, but it should be contract. If we do contract, we'll be able to get the entire data of our contract. So these are the entire data of our contract. So if we scroll up, we have, if we start from bottom, we have function transfer. This one, function transfer. So the function has it sends transaction, it has estimated gas, it has set transaction. Then we have approve, we have transfer, the functions that we have actually written. We have the symbol. Then we can try to get the coin symbol. So we can do contract dot name. We should be able to get the function of the. We should be able to get the. It should be contract. We should have contracts. Maybe address. We can also do something like symbol. We can do something for symbol. So we have symbol equals contracts dot symbol. Yeah, we'll have contract dot symbol. So then we will do symbol again now. So don't know why, but you can see
Can you try with contract dot symbol?
so this all the output for our contract. So this the name of the contract. These are the data that the ABIs that have been generated. The ABIs that have been generated. So this is the contract name, such, yeah. And then should let's try the name. Let's try the name. Let's try the name. Oh yeah, I know why. It didn't go. It's a function. It's supposed to be a function. It's supposed to be a function, and then we can do symbol now. Yeah, there we have it. Yeah, awesome. So this one, when we are creating now the front end, we can be able to use this information so that we can be able to display our data for the front end. Yeah. So we'll be going to use we'll be using React, and yeah. So I'll show you how to install React and how we can be able to start the front end. So tomorrow, if you guys are down for it and you will be available, we can do a lot. We can accomplish a lot. Yeah. So we can also try the one for all total supply. Supply, and then we have we have like the balance. Balance. Yeah. So it will be, oh God. Property. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we can do the name, the one for name. It's basically the same. We will be able to see how we can now consume this data for front end now. Yeah. Okay, let's just leave it there. We're getting a lot of errors now, and it's disappointing. Yeah. So yeah, that's how you can be able to get the symbol, the the total supply, the address of the contract. So this is the address of our contract, and you can check it here and confirm. So it's 09 D 4A 1C82. Yeah. So that's our contract address, and yeah. So awesome. So we have deployed a smart contract using local development and using a local blockchain. So on our next class, we will be able now to see how we can be able to interact with this. And yeah. So yeah, yeah. So we have used Truffle Compile, and we have also used Truffle Develop. We have used Truffle Migrate, and we have done Truffle Init. So yeah, so tomorrow we will also dive deeper into it, and yeah, so awesome. So any question, yeah. Now it comes to that part of the class where I was asking if you guys will be available for Saturday, then we can do more on Saturday.
Can we do for Saturday? Can we do 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Kenya
Hello?
time? Hello?
Ambrose, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? I said for Saturday. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know if it'll be okay with Damaris. If you can do 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Kenya time.
You were able to hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the final bit of the class. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm asking if
Yeah.
my sound was audible. I mistakenly pressed I turned off my speakers.
Yeah, I think it was audible.
Okay. There was no other sounds that you were getting.
So tomorrow, what time?
So Ambrose has suggested I think 3 Kenyan time. Yeah?
No. I said if you can do between 1 p.m. Kenya time to 3 p.m. That is
Okay.
2 hours.
Okay. I think that will be doable. Yeah.
Maybe from, can we do from 2?
From 2.
There's always the Cryptocurrency Academy from 1 to 2. Is it 1 to 2? I'll confirm.
Okay. We can also still continue the discussion on the group, on the chat, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So any
Maybe can we fix my travel tomorrow? I just got home. I was stuck in traffic like for 2 hours.
Yeah, we will also fix your Truffle config. Configure your Truffle. We will fix your Truffle. There was a solution Ambrose had provided, and yeah, it's all about permission. I think it's permission issues, and it's permission issues. You need to give Truffle permission so that it can be able to you can access it as a user or a administrator. Yeah. So yeah, Ambrose will guide us on the problem, because I've never encountered such a problem since I installed Truffle. But it's always something. You're always learning something new, even from us. Yeah, so we will do that also. Yeah, I hope this was this was easy. Okay, there is a lot of things that you have to master, but once you master them, the development becomes seamless. Yeah. This is what I normally do on a daily basis when I'm creating smart contracts. So
I think when you explain the codes as you write them one by one,
Mhm.
I find it a bit easier for me.
okay. Then I'll use that, because sometimes we take a lot of time, and but I will practice to do that. I'll practice to do that because I want it to be
Okay, thank you.
yeah. So yeah, so let's finish up. We'll finish up the class, and yeah. So any other question? Before I let me just stop sharing, and